All right, this is the TinySA, or the Tiny Spectrum Analyzer. New product. I paid $49 from this. I believe I bought it on Alibaba. And this is one of the first ones. I bought it pre-ordered. And so this is the first version. I don't know if they're going to have other versions, but this is the first one that just came out. Comes in the same box as the Nano VNA 4 or H. And it's very nice. It has a foam insert. And so what do we get inside? We get a little tag over here that says TinySA.org. So if that website's up and running, I know I've been going there quite often. Comes with a USB-C and the little touch pick like the Nano VNA H4. Comes with a SMA female-female adapter. Comes with some cables. Comes with 2 cables. They're quite flexible. They feel rubberized. So that's interesting. Different from the ones that you normally get. And those are male-male SMAs. We get an antenna. Excellent. So let's see if we can't receive FM radio stations off the air. How long does this go? Not very long. About corner to corner in the shot there. All right, let's take a look at it. Make sure this doesn't roll off. Put it there. So it comes in a little protective bag. And a little protector strip over the LCD, or probably OLED. TinySA. There's a high channel and a low channel. And let's see, the charger's not on the bottom like it is on the other one. It's up here on the top. Here's a switch and a little thumb wheel toggle. And that is it. So let's turn it on. Let me rearrange the camera here. All right, we have the TinySA being held here and taking a look at the screen while I turn it on. And there's no flash screen. It just goes right into spectrum analyzer mode. That's very nice. I didn't like the splash screen on the Nano VNA, but that looks great. Looks like it's doing stuff. We have a couple signals down here that we're quite sure where those are coming from. Are they internal noise in the system? Probably, or maybe noise in the room, but probably noise in the machine itself. So let's hook up the little antenna that comes with the machine, and look at that. We're getting signals. Now I see 2 things right away. The first is, I think we're seeing the FM band. So this is sweeping from 0 to 350 megahertz. And we see a bunch of stuff right here, which is about 100 megahertz. So that's where all the FM radio stations are. They go from 88 megahertz to 104 megahertz, something like that. So we're seeing FM radio stations here. Then we see these here, which look like some type of harmonic that's resonating in the system here. So I don't think those are real. I think those are fake. So we'll need to take a look at that later on. But it is doing it. So it's displaying 0 to 350 megahertz. It's going from plus 10 dBm to minus 80 dBm in 10 dBm steps. So it looks very nice. So let's try to get closer on those FM radio stations. Oops. Let's go frequency, start. We'll go 100 megahertz, 100 megahertz to stop of 110 megahertz. And there we go. There's the FM radio stations. And let's see if we can't make it zoom a little bit. So it's at 10 dB per division right now. Let's make that 5 dB per division. Let's see, that would be level. Scale per division. We'll do 5. There we go. So those are the FM radio stations here in Silicon Valley. And we're on a peak there, which is 105.7, so that's a famous radio station here. So it looks like it's operating correctly. So it looks pretty good. Let's see if we can change the resolution bandwidth and zoom in a little bit farther. So let's see. Let's go. Let's see here. Oops. Whoa. Return to low. Oh, geez. I didn't want to do that. I'll just return to low. I don't know what I'm doing. I must have pressed something. All right. Let's do. I did it again. Let's do marker. Marker ops. Let's center on the marker, which is that strong one there. And let's change the span now. Frequency, we'll change the span to 100 kilohertz. And that doesn't look quite right. Oh, that does not look quite right. Let's change the span to 1 megahertz. That looks good. So I guess we were just zoomed in too far. So this is that radio station. The update rate is quite slow on it. And it actually tells you it's 977 milliseconds per sweep right now, so it's quite slow. But the resolution bandwidth must have changed. So yeah, we're at 7.2 kilohertz right now, resolution bandwidth. All right, let's put a real signal in here. Let's see here, we'll go back to preset. Load startup. There we go. And I'm curious about those little things I think are fake. And I saw something in here. Where was it? Frequency. Yeah, spur removal. Let's click that. Spur removal. No, that didn't do it. Okay, I'm not quite sure what spur removal does. So we'll just leave that alone for now. Let's hook up a frequency generator and let's put a real signal into it and do a real spectrum analyzer thing with it. All right, I've programmed the RF generator to 100 megahertz minus 10 dBm. And so let's hook it up. And yeah, we're getting these terrible harmonics in here. So those aren't real. These are not real. That's the real signal there. And it's measuring at 100.519 megahertz minus 7.6 dBm. So these are, like I said, these are not there. Let's zoom in on that signal. Let's center at 100 megahertz, and let's span 100 kilohertz. And there we go. So you can see the, I think this is phase noise. The lower section there is broader than a perfect signal. So that's due to a lot of things in the spectrum analyzer, but that's not real pretty. So let's turn on some AM modulation. Let's see, let's go to 100 kilohertz, 100, oops, can't do 100 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz AF generator to AM, 30%, and ooh, so now we're seeing, so these should be symmetric and they're not. That's not good. And there's a whole bunch of them. Should only be one. Let's see. Let's do 50% modulation. Is that any better? No. Well, I think it's already failed. So let's see. We are 100 kilohertz resolution bandwidth. So each one of these, there's also an unequal number of lines on the screen, so that's kind of confusing. So 1, 2.5 is 100. So let's do 50. Let's do span of 50 kilohertz. Well, there's a little hint of something there, but there should be a something here, and we're getting a ringing here. So, well, that's disappointing. That is disappointing. Let's zoom out a bit. Span of 1 megahertz. And that's also disappointing. We're having lots and lots of noise here. Let's see, is that my generator? We're looking at 1, 2, 3. We'll have to compare this side by side with a known good spectrum analyzer and see how they perform. But I'm not too happy with that. Let's go up in frequency. Let's do, I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to turn it back on again just for fun. Yeah, interesting. I want to see if these change or not when I change the frequency. So I'm going to move my carrier up. And yeah, you see those harmonics are traveling faster than the signal is, so that's an indication of some mixer harmonics. I'm not an expert about all this stuff, but I do know that if these frequencies are moving at a faster rate than that one, then they're not real. All right, let's go to 300 megahertz. And now all those harmonics are off the screen, so maybe it'll operate better here. So let's do a center of 300 megahertz, and let's do a span of 1 megahertz. Yeah, we still have the same noise floor problem. And let's do a span of 100 kilohertz. Ooh. Yeah, we still have our modulation on. So it is non-symmetric the other way around now. It looks better over on this side, and it's weird on this side. So I do believe they have some problems. That's interesting. Let me turn off my modulation. Yeah, we're getting some strange signals out here, but our noise went all down. Okay, well, I just wanted to get a quick video out. I know a lot of people have been interested in this thing, and I just got it today. I'm in the garage now late at night. I just wanted to plug it in, see if it worked. And tomorrow I'll try to do a better video on comparing it apples and apples with another spectrum analyzer, and we'll see how it stacks up. But in general, it's very, very cool. Hey, for $49 you get a spectrum analyzer. That's super, super cool. So it's right up there with the Nano VNA, I think, when it first came out. I'm sure they'll improve the software. I'm sure they'll improve the hardware. I think there's a lot of interesting things they can do with this. I will be filming a series of videos on the TinySA. I'll be going through the design theory, so the block diagram, how this thing was actually constructed, what it does, and then some use cases. We'll sweep some things and see how it does, and I'll compare it with my 8921, see how it stacks up. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, more videos to follow.